Hello goat lovers, Crystal here with Blue Cactus Dairy Goats, and today I need your help naming some baby goats. Alright guys, so here's the deal. This year when we listed our goats for sale, we did it in a much shorter period than we typically do. Just certain things, I'm going to leave out the whys, but the important part is we only had them listed for sale for about a week. And on top of that, everybody decided this year, or finally listened, that a buck is 50% of your herd and extremely important for improving your herd. So a lot of people bought bucks. Either way, we are left with a lot of little doelings, and I haven't named them. I've been holding off on the naming because I thought maybe Derek would have a chance to do another delivery and, you know, kind of go around the country again delivering the remainder goats. Anyway, what we decided was to sell these kids next spring, but because they're going to be here until next spring, I certainly cannot have doelings and little goats running around with no names. So I am always really bad about naming. It takes me forever and ever. So most of these goats do not have names, and that's where you guys are gonna jump in. So I'm gonna need your help. So first up is an Acacia doeling. Her sire is Huck. So this sweet little girl here was the first doeling born in 2024, weren't you? And she's super adorable, like they all are, but I love her. Check out her ears. So she's got her little frosted ears, and let's see, girl. And she is a chocolate buckskin. Ain't that right? Now her cape is a little bit hard to see because she's chocolate cape and chocolate body here. So it does kind of blend in, but she is in fact a buckskin, and she has a few little moon spots, like one right there. And what's really cool about this little Acacia doeling is this awesome side of her body. So she is almost half white and half brown. And that's too cute, isn't it? And she's got pretty gold eyes. And again, those pretty frosted ears. And just a little white on her poll. Huh. So she, because she came from Acacia, is going to need an A name. So if you didn't know, how we name our animals is they will be named with the letter that their dam has. So Acacia, and then this little girl needs a name that starts with A. You say bye. Say, what's my name?
All right, so on other news, we have been really busy around here getting ready for the first show that my wife is ever going to chair, which means, I believe it means she is officially in charge of everything, the chairman. But of course, there is all kinds of people helping out and working behind the scenes with her to make this happen. It is definitely not possible for one person to pull it off alone. And as of now, we have a whole slew of sponsors that have helped out. And we want to say thank you to Desert Heart Dairy Goats, Echo Ridge Farms, Benson Feed and Supply, Green Acres Goat Posse, Old Tucson, the patrons of Blue Cactus, of course the Southern Arizona Dairy Goat Association, the Arizona State Goat Breeders Association. El Taco Loco is going to be there selling street tacos. Bad Habit Barn, Freckled Fanny Nigerians, Sierra Vista Nigerian Dairy Goats, and Clausen Party of 5. If you'd like to help sponsor the my wife's first show that she's chairing down in Sierra Vista on Saturday, August 17th, is that right, babe?
Correct.
Yeah, just email my wife, Crystal, at
bluecactusgoats@hotmail.com. And now we have a Cassie doeling. Her sire is Vader. So check out this girl. Isn't she cool? You can tell she comes from Vader, huh? Yes. And she's got Cassie's face big time. Look at her. You look cool in the camera, girl. Check you out. Yeah, you're flashy. So this girl here is super gorgeous. She is really long-bodied. I absolutely love it. But she is a black doe with random white, gorgeous blue eyes, and really awesome parents, by the way. Ain't that right? So this, if you didn't see the video when Derek was delivering the goats, and he had mentioned who we are keeping, who we are retiring, and who will be our new breeder does. So Cassie is one doe that we decided we are retiring. So this is going to be one of Cassie's last does that she has. And she's just so pretty. It's hard to get rid of some of them, I swear. Well, all of them. But anyway, she is stunning. Let's see if I can show you her other side. She's one of the bigger girls. But yeah, flashy little girl. So we are in need of a C name for this pretty girl. I know. And then there's Cassie's other doeling. A lot of you probably remember, and if you see the side of her face, looked like a panda, and she still kind of has that look about her. Super, super sweet girl. But I just kind of nicknamed her Panda just because everybody had said, oh my gosh, it looks just like a panda bear, huh? And she's so cute. So anyway, she's just as adorable as she was when she was born. And she, like her sister, is a black with random white. However, this doeling, I would say excessive random white, because she's got quite a bit of the white. Let's see. And then there is her other side. It's hard to get this girl's belly out the way. Hi. You say, help me with a name? So we need a C name. Another C. Up next is a Daytona doeling, and her sire is Marshall. Now this pretty little doll here, she kind of looks like Cassie's little panda, to be honest. But the black around her eyes is not as circular as the other girl, huh? No, it's not. But so she is also a black with extensive white overlay. All of that white, yes. And she happens to be polled. So that just means naturally hornless. So she will never grow horns, and she can throw hornless kids as well. So it's always really nice to have polled. Huh, this bedding is not a fun thing. So again, she is black with extensive white overlay. We had more on that side. And probably my favorite thing about her, other than how sweet she is, look at her, she's so chill. Aren't you? All of these girls really are this year. But that little black dot on her nose. Huh. So, well there, I just thought of a name, Dot, but you guys can't take that because I just thought of it. Ain't that right? So, for Daytona does, we definitely need a D name, and she's waiting to hear what you guys come up with. And now we have Daytona's other doeling. Okay guys, so this girl here is pretty cool, because when she was born, they all just want kisses and to rub ick on my face. That way I don't notice it. And I make a whole video with ick on my face. That is their plan. Anyway, this little girl is special and really neat because she was born and looked black and white. She did not look like a buckskin. As a matter of fact, it was probably a whole day. It was probably a whole day before I even realized the sun had hit her just right. And this back part of her, I could tell had a brown hue if the sun hit her just right. But she is clearly a buckskin now, and you can really see it in those facial stripes, obviously, and on her neck. So she would be considered a dark buckskin, and she has extensive white overlay. So this is this pretty girl. Let's see, we'll flip you. So she's pretty neat. I think she's a really awesome looking buckskin. Just something about her face and those facial stripes. They just are pretty. You think so? I do. So let's see. Yeah. So she was born horned, so she's been disbudded, and she has gorgeous little frosted ears. Huh. And she's another chill one in the bunch. She's just calm. Check her out. I just love looking at her face. Huh. So she also needs a D name, a really good one. And now we have a Molly doeling. Her sire is Huck. So this little Spitfire right here, I swear, she stole my heart. Yes, you did. A little heart stealer. Pretty much from the time she was born. Of course, I love all of the lines that she has behind her, but I just think she's gorgeous, man. And she would have been one I'd keeping if I was keeping them all, right? So it's been really neat to actually watch her unfold and just get wider and wider and just more perfect and perfect as she grows. So I really like this doe. So she is super sweet, but she is black, I know. And she has extensive white overlay. That's just a puppy. Just like that. And she's got those pretty gold eyes. Super frosted ears. That is a super frosted, huh? Yeah. And just a really cute disposition about herself. She's quirky, aren't you? She's a quirky little girl. Mwah. So she is gonna need an M name. So next up is a pretty little Cami doe. Her sire is Champ. This girl is absolutely stunning. I really, really like her. Huh, and she's so sweet like Cami. Cami is another one of the does that we have decided to retire. So this is literally the last kid available out of Cami next spring. Ain't that right? And she's so sweet and she's so pretty, if I sell her anyway. So she, let's see, we're gonna show them how pretty you are. It's okay. So she is black with random white, not a lot of white, just a little. And she has those gorgeous blue eyes. Ain't that right? And again, just Cami's disposition. So hopefully she takes after her mama and makes a lot of milk like she's a cow or something. I bet you will. And she's just really stunning, you guys. Super sweet though. So think about that when you're coming up with a name. She is like sweet, sweet. Ain't that right? So she needs a C name. Next up is a Wildee doeling. Now her sire is Champion Oregon. Okay. She's shy at first. You know? You don't even want to say hi? Not even. She don't even care, guys. Okay, so this was the first doeling that Wildee had this year. Yes. She was precious and she was absolutely itty bitty. All of Wildee's kids were, but she like definitely was half the size of the other kids. And she's grown so pretty. And she has a really, really neat coat pattern. So she is a chocolate buckskin with minimal white. And she's got a little white over here too. Huh? And she's got those gorgeous frosted ears that I absolutely love. I think it's just so cute. She's got a frosted nose and she has a white poll. Huh? And you don't like the camera? That is so weird. Otter goats love it. They have to see what it is. She ain't having it, guys. She just wants to hug. She just wants a hug. So if I put you this way, still don't work. Anyway, she's super sweet, just like Wildee. Wildee kind of throws on her temperament to her kids. Gosh, Wildee is chill. Like nothing really affects her at all. To the point sometimes I'm like, are you even a goat? Like if the rest of the herd runs, she's probably just gonna be like, when every other goat in the world, its instinct would be to run with them. Wildee is just chill. Nothing really scares her at all. And her kids really act the same. So they're just funny and cute and quirky. Ain't that right? So this little girl is super precious. Again, she was the littlest one born and the first girl born out of Wildee. Yeah, okay. But she's gonna need a really cool W name. And this is another Wildee doeling. So this girl here looks a lot like Wildee, except she does have a white poll. Yes, and she has frosted ears. See how cute? They're so cute. And she is stunning, you guys. I'm sorry, it's a good word. Anyway, she is really, really pretty. The way her body is when she walks, like when she's on the move, man, she just stretches out. She's got that length, she's got that dairy to her. So champion daddy Oregon and Wildee really, really make some pretty babies, man. And she's just like, what is going on? It's okay. Should we show him how pretty you are? We'll see how she acts here. Look at her. She does not want to be bothered. All right, so she is also a dark buckskin. And she doesn't have any special white markings or anything like that. No, her beauty is in her conformation. And she is really, really pretty. Yeah. So, we just need a W name for her as well. And now this is a doeling out of Sweet Winnie. Her sire is Marshall. This was a little itty tiny baby girl that really shouldn't be alive. That's just the true fact of that. So if you guys missed that story, what happened with Winnie and her kids, here's the video. But nonetheless, this little girl here is a survivor. She needed so much help. I really, for a couple days, did not think she was gonna make it. She was in the sack for too long, and lack of oxygen. So it makes you really weak, and pretty sure mama was laying on her in the sack anyway. So she could not stand. She finally started suckling, and we didn't have to just kind of drop milk in her mouth with the syringe. And that's when we started feeling confident she might just survive, huh? So her right eye, she could not close. It was just open. So we kind of just always closed it for her and just kind of got some moisture in there because she just could not blink that eye. It was almost as if the side of her face was paralyzed for a while. So now she's perfectly fine. She is just strong and gorgeous and sweet. And of course she was itty bitty bitty. Very tiny little girl, huh? Yes, so I don't need a name for this one. This one, because she couldn't blink for so long, we named her Wink. And obviously I spent a lot of time, me and Emily spent a lot of time rather, so I can't take full credit for it, for the whole situation. It was definitely a family affair, and again, we're just lucky that she's still with us. Look at this baby. Look at this baby. So again, her name is Wink, and she is a light buckskin. Ain't that right? So just cute as a button. And this here, you guys, is Wink. Can you say hi? Say I am Wink. And I am doing wonderful. And I'm a little stinker. So the last doeling is Winnie's other doe. And I have to be honest, I'm really struggling with wanting to sell this one. Because their personalities, I just kind of like all of their personalities. So I do get attached. That is something I struggle with. I can't help it. It's just me. I just do. Ain't that right? Because they're all so cute and they're all so different. And of course, she's a Winnie doe. And her daddy's Marshall. So she comes from really good lines, like her sister Wink, and she's gorgeous. So she, it's okay. Let's show them. All right, is that better? So she is a dark buckskin with random white. I would probably even go so far as extensive white overlay on this one. She's on the edge. It could go either way. And she's got that cute little white poll, and she's polled, naturally hornless. And her belly is ginormous. Yes, she eats very good. So this little doe is also one of Winnie's survivors. So naturally, I became more attached. Huh. And she's just so pretty, you guys. Man, you see her on the move, and she is put together exactly how she should be. What are we doing? Are we hugging? You want to say hi? Can they see her cute face? There. She's... She doesn't want to hang out with you guys today, so sorry. She wants to snuggle. Anyway, she's super adorable. She comes from quite a bit of champion lines behind her. And just sweet as can be. She really loves to talk, though. Don't you? She has stories, man. Lots and lots of stories. You want to tell them a story, or you're just going to act like you don't have stories? She's gonna act like she don't have stories. So this girl, I have been calling Whippersnapper. And even though I've been calling her Whippersnapper, because she is a little whippersnapper, I don't necessarily have to keep that name. So if you guys come up with something that I'm like, ooh, I like that better, by all means, please suggest a way. Some of you girls just don't like the camera. It's too funny. Look at them like babies today. I just love you. Oh my goodness. Anyway, Whippersnapper's what I've been calling her. If you come up with something better, please just leave it in the comments. And the last kid is Winnie's buckling. All right, check out this handsome fella. He's so handsome. He looks so much like his mom, and he also looks so much like his sire Marshall. Huh. And he acts like Wildee and Winnie. Yeah. He's a sweet little dude. So this guy is doing amazing. He actually, what are we doing here? Can we get up? That way they see you. There we go. He actually, I was sicker than a dog. And I knew Winnie was in labor, so I kept going out to check, crawling out rather, and peeking at her and feeling her ligaments and all that good stuff. And I let Derek know that I was going down. I was going to go to sleep again. And it was just like 3 hours before chore time. And when they went out to chore, when I went to bed, I had checked her and she was fine. And then they went out to chore like 3 hours later, and they found this little guy wandering around in the doe pen. So what happened with him is he was born, and he was like, well, thanks for that. All I needed was the gestation, and he was off, you know, to start a new life. And he's been magnificent and strong and gorgeous the whole time. So I think he was definitely the first one born. Oh, bibis. Out of Winnie. As you can tell, these three have really been spoiled. They're all very spoiled, but we spent a lot of time with them at first. You gonna take a nap, or are you gonna say hi for a minute? Look, do you see the camera? Oh, hi. So as far as this little boy's coat pattern, he is a dark buckskin, and he has gorgeous blue eyes, and he is also polled, naturally hornless. And I swear, when you have a buck with a sweet disposition, it makes so much difference when they start getting older and ruddy. It just makes them so much easier to handle. Looks like they all just want a nap, man. So this dude, I do not need a name for either. So here's the story on him. I knew I was gonna keep one buck. Actually, I was gonna keep a lot of bucks when they were born, but I came to my senses and quickly realized there was one buck I had in mind, and that is my Hank. Yes, and Hank was gonna be the little baby, so Hank was a little dude, and I wasn't gonna put him in with the big dudes if I didn't have to. No, that wouldn't be nice. He would probably be just fine, but if I have an option, I like to take that option. So this little guy was born, and I just thought, you know what, he was gonna be Hank's companion. So I named him perfectly, I'd say, but this little dude is Wingman. Huh. And I have to say, I'm not gonna weather him. He's just too pretty. It would be such a shame. He's got super awesome proven genetics behind him, so he's very promising as far as that is concerned. And he's very sweet, and he's very cute, and of course he's blue-eyed and polled, so that is awesome. But just awesome conformation in this little dude, huh? Oh, yes. So, again, I don't need a W name for him, but what do you guys think about that name? I think it's pretty dang clever. I liked it. I came up with that one pretty quick. I struggle with names, but not this guy. I was like, you're my wingman. Yeah, you're gonna be my little wingman for Hank. And then when Hank gets big enough, which is probably next year, yes, he'll be big enough to be with Big Boy, and wingman can go to be an awesome herd sire, huh? So he will be for the sale next spring too. Yeah. All right, you guys, so those are the kids that we still have, that again, I have no intentions of keeping. None of them. Ain't that right? At least because Derek's gonna see this video. I know he will. So I have no intentions of keeping any of them. They will all be for sale next spring. So guys, help me name this gorgeous crop of kids so that I have something to call them while they're here until next spring. And I would certainly appreciate the help. Ain't that right? All right, you guys, I will see you all again very soon, and I can't wait to see the names.